Gonna do a little video on this thing coming up. This is the Kubota, what is this? RTV1100. Yep. Can't even see that because, man, my camera's doing some stuff today. I get that that's kind of faded and chipped off, but still, it's the power steering RTV1100. And as far as I can tell, it is just an 1100. Got labels on the other side. What is this important stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't look very important to me. I'm going to put however much cargo back there. I feel like we've got a lot of stuff back there before. This RTV 1100. See if I can get that tag in there a little bit better. My flash might ruin this. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Okay, there we go. RTV 1100. Serial number. ID number. Blah, 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 blah. Don't know exactly what year that is right off the top of my head. At least the Kubota dealership knows what it is. And they'll overcharge you for those parts, dude. It's crazy on these things, man. But, man, this is like the deluxe model power steering's got all this fun stuff going on. AC and a radio. And the radio works pretty well. Very airproof cab. Airtight, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, this is the Hiroshi chocolate Wagyu beef. Getting this thing going. But yeah, we're going to be replacing these hubs on this. Looks like that's going to be a good time, just like the front was. These should pop right out. Man, I wish I would have filmed the video on that front one because nobody had a video doing these hubs. But let me tell you real quick on that. Lay down here with this, so you don't have to take any of this apart. These two things stay together. You take the wheel off, pound this out, pull that ball joint out, and I couldn't even get this to come out of there, so I just took the bottom of it out, and there's 3 bolts you'll see right in the bottom. Pretty easy, actually. And then once you get this out, you got to get the axle nut off. So loosen that right in the beginning anyway. And then pop the ball joint out of the top. Then pop this, then that. And then that comes right out. There's your fill plug. You're going to lose some. Go ahead and change it anyway. It's not a bad deal. This is your brake bleeder, which is a good thing to know about because I was very stumped on what the hell all this was until I took that apart. And I was like, oh my God, there's a brake somehow in that. I don't want to deal with that. And sorry, I had this wrapped up on it. And I just did this like a couple months ago. The baling twine stuff gets everywhere. But once you get that apart, there's a seal in the back, and you pull the seal out. Yeah, like I was saying on this thing, though, there's a little clip down inside this thing. When you pop this off, you got a seal in here, and then there's a little clip right inside, like about at this depth, inside there. Now, this should come out no problem. You should be able to pop this whole chunk here, the whole thing, with this attached to it. See, that's shiny. I replaced that. This little seal around it, hiding a clip. Pop the clip out. Can't remember exactly how I had to pull it, but I didn't use any crazy methods to do that. And then you can just tap this thing out from the back with, I believe I just used like a 1-inch socket or something like that. Whatever actually fit on there. I just pounded the socket and it just popped this whole thing right out. Stuck the new one in, put the clip on it. Getting this in far enough to get the clip on was a bitch, but just make sure you do that and get it far enough and that clip actually seats. And it won't even look like it seats, but it will be seated. Or, obviously the tire will just fall off. But, yeah, and just pound the shock back in. I think I had a jack on it, and I just tapped it on either side and just kept wanging it until this just slid right down into it. It was pretty easy, and then you can just slap the ball joint back on. This thing, I used the jack on this and this, to get that ball joint to where it was the right level, and I could just wiggle it around inside there, and just went right in, just line them all up, tighten it down really good, and you're good to go. Put all your cotter pins and crap back on and tighten it all up, you're good. Pretty simple, actually. It just was a pain in the ass because nobody talks about it. Nobody tells me there's a clip in there, dude. And I swear we spent probably 5 hours pounding on the freaking thing, trying to get it out, prying on it, doing whatever the fuck, and it would just not come out of there. And I kept telling everybody, you know, I bet there's a clip. Nobody believed me. Yes, there was a clip. There was definitely a clip. It's not pressed in there. All right, so that lug nut turns. That lug nut turns. That lug nut does not turn. It will not tighten. It will not loosen. I don't know what the hell happened to it, but it's very much not coming out of there. I think it ground off on the top, it looks like. Yeah, definitely not going to turn. So I'm just going to loosen this. I got to get this stupid cotter pin out. Loosen that CV nut, axle nut. So a little trick getting this thing apart after screwing with that cotter pin forever, it felt like. It's cool. They actually have 4 holes in that. That's dope. Oh, I guess there's 2 holes, but whatever. But yeah, so trick getting that off, and I couldn't even get this out of there. Like all I could do was like pry the rim off, which it was that wallered out that it just came right off. So yeah, and those splines are not too bad, not too shabby. It's pretty good. Well, that looks all right. But yeah, getting this off of there. So when it's on there, it doesn't want to move very well. So what you're going to want to do is pull on one side here and tap it with a wrench, right? And just tap it like that. And it'll just slowly tap right off of there. Just like that. That's how I got it off, because it did not want to move. And I'm not about to beat that thing, because this thing is like the most precise pain in the butt that I've ever worked on.